But anyways,
we need a fun little cold open. We haven't said anything funny yet.
I know. Moist. Let's see.
Something. Something funny.
Open over. Yeah, something funny.
Or we could just pick a spot to cut it. And then just play the.
But hello, friends. I guess.
Hey, hi.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good, dude. But
who are you? Who am I? I did that last time.
Yeah,
I'm Corey.
And I'm Ryan, and this is the Power Player Podcast. What's up, guys? Welcome back.
No, it's the Player Power Podcast.
Did I say Power Player? Oh my god, I did.
Yeah,
I did. Oh my god. Oh, the Player Power.
Damn, alliteration is too tough.
Dude, it is too difficult, dude. It is the Player Power Podcast. Oh my god, I did say Power Player. That's big. That big awkward. Oh well.
Yeah, that's embarrassing.
It is embarrassing.
That's okay.
I'll have to make a Twitter post apologizing to the viewers.
Yeah. Apologize to the fans.
Yeah, apologize to the fans.
So, anyways, we're back. This is episode 5, numero 5.
Yeah, number 5. Not bad. We're almost done with the whole... You can count our episodes on one hand still. And that's very impressive.
That's true.
Or maybe you can't. Maybe you had a horrible accident. But regardless.
So, this episode, it's going to be another Smash-centric episode.
It is.
The main topic of the episode, for the most part, is going to be Byleth.
Yes, the lovely new DLC, the last character of Fighters Pass 1 for Smash Bros. Has come out. It's been dropped for about 2 weeks now, I think. I think it's been...
No, I think it's a week.
Maybe like
just over a week.
Maybe a week, or like a week and a half or something.
Yeah, they came out the 28th.
Oh, yeah, so
a little over a week.
Little over a week, yeah, you're right.
So we're going to be talking about Byleth, a couple things about Byleth, and then we're going to move on to kind of just the Fighters Pass in general, the DLC in general. We're each going to give our own personal rankings of the DLC characters and just kind of talk about maybe a little bit about what we could expect, maybe our hopes for Fighters Pass 2, because that was announced.
Oh, yes, very true. Yeah, so I'm pretty excited to talk about this stuff just because definitely Smash is more my wheelhouse.
Nothing like smashing your bros.
Yeah, nothing like smashing your bros. But Byleth definitely became a pretty hot topic in the Smash community, especially on Twitter anyways.
Oh, yeah.
But we'll get to that in a little bit. So first we have to do our 100% favorite segment, my favorite segment anyways, which is...
It's mine too. I think it's all the viewers as well.
I think so as well. We definitely need to update everyone on our homework games.
The homework game.
The homework game.
Who went first last time?
I think you did. So you did. So I think I'm going to go first this time. Regardless, I'm going first.
Sounds
How's
good.
that?
I'm wearing my Hollow Knight shirt. So
are you? Oh my god, that's pretty awesome. I can totally tell from your voice. But anyway, speaking of Hollow Knight, so yeah, as everybody knows, my homework game has been Hollow Knight, which I've been playing on Steam on my PC with a PS4 controller, and it's a super duper fun platformer. 100% grade A recommendation for somebody like me. I was just like, Corey blew it out of the park with that recommendation. Very fun game. I
figured you were gonna like it.
Yeah,
it seems like a you game.
It definitely is. I'm definitely liking it. So last you guys heard, I went on a horrible struggle to defeat the Lost Vessel. Is what it was called? No, the Broken Vessel, or the
Broken Vessel.
Yeah, but the Dream version of it. Is that what it's called? No.
Yeah, it's like the Dream Warrior variant or something.
Yeah, whatever it is. So I tried to fight the super version of it, and I spent like a good 45 minutes straight of just dying and fighting that boss when I updated you guys, and I've been proud to say that I have beaten that boss now finally.
Yeah.
Yes. Enter like brr, 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 noises. But
yeah, I'll put it in post.
Perfect. I finally have beaten that boss. Which pretty much didn't really give me a crazy benefit or bonus. It just gave me a bunch of the dream currency, which isn't necessarily important, but it was prideful, and that is why I did it. Which is also
gives you a bunch of essence.
Exactly. Yes, it gives a bunch of essence. But and in essence, that's why I did it, was for myself. But I committed a slight taboo, Corey, and I need to apologize to you because I tried
jeez.
really hard
Why?
not to look anything up, but I was getting really frustrated and trying to figure out how to get past the black shadow bar thingies, and so I just like
That's all right. That's not that big.
yeah, I know, but I wanted to be good. I tried to tell them. I tried,
and then
to,
you quickly found out that it's just something that that you don't have access to yet, and you just can't do it yet.
Exactly. So I've been moving east. I've been traveling eastward, which is why the last boss I killed was the bouncing rolling ball guys there's like 6 of them that you end up fighting.
Yeah, they're the ones that are guarding the first Dreamer.
Yeah, the first Dreamer. Yeah, because I'm just moving eastward, so I fought them. Beat them. It took me a little bit. It took me like maybe 4 or 5 tries. It was pretty much me getting used to the perfect timing of just like I pretty much never touched the ground when I fought them. I just literally kept bouncing off their bodies, which worked out really well.
They gave me some trouble when I first. I definitely had to fight them a few times and learn their patterns.
Exactly. Yeah. Once I figured it out, it felt pretty good. It was pretty nice. But otherwise, I'm trying to get, I think what it's called, the Shadow Cloak or something, I think is what actually breaks it. That was the name of the item, I think. But Shade Cloak, Shade Wings or Shade Cloak or like, I don't know, like Shadow Hawk or something like that.
Trying to get the Shadow Hawk?
Yeah, I'm trying to get it. I've been trying to grasp it forever. But otherwise, like, it's been a blast. The movement is just getting better and better and better, and apparently there's more things that I don't have, so the movement's going to get even better, which now really makes me want Hollow Knight as a Smash character even more, because he could have really, really super cool things.
His moveset is basically already made for him.
It really is. Like, and I'd play the crap out of a Hollow Knight. Oh, that would be awesome. His moves would be so fast. I feel like they'd have to be so fast. It'd be really cool. I would definitely be a very, very big fan of that. But overall, I guess I'm like more of like a big just like trying to get through the game. Like I didn't really learn more about the story, unfortunately. I did end up looping around a bunch, and I ended up kind of connecting myself back to the bank where I found the bank and the Queen Station. So I think I just deposited a bunch of money in there to be safe. So I'm just kind of like flying around doing whatever.
Okay.
But so that it's
periodically check back in with the bank.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. Just every so often, maybe just go back there and just
check on that.
See if anything's up.
Okay, that's good advice.
That's all I'll say.
Okay, good to know. Good to know. But yeah, I mean, overall, I guess a quicker update for me overall, just because like I'm kind of in like the depth of the game now, where like all the things I've said in previous episodes of what I like about it, like
you're in the meat and potatoes right now.
Exactly, yeah, and I'm really enjoying
just playing
it. Yeah,
the game.
exactly. I've just been super enjoying it. Again, like the music, the soundtrack's really, really cool. I like I feel like I can really get deep into it. Like, I feel like when I'm in a dark area, I feel like everything around me is darker. Even if I have like a light on, like I feel like I'm really just like in the game. So that's really, really good.
Isn't the City of Tears theme just gorgeous?
Yes, it is, dude. Oh, the rain.
It's so good.
Dude. Oh my god, I listened to that once, I think, in the shower. I think I put that on.
What's something that I guess it's another thing that like I want to tell you about, but I don't want to tell you what it is because that'll kind of spoil the surprise. But stuff like the music and like the rain that it's constantly raining in the city, you might just think that those are kind of just cool aesthetic choices, but they're actually justified in game. Like there's in-game reasons for both of those things, actually.
Wait, really? Interesting.
Yeah. Yep.
Huh.
You'll probably find them at some point, but
okay, interesting.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah, that is pretty cool. I'll have to keep my eye out for that.
Yeah, I think both of them I didn't stumble upon until later in the game because it's kind of like hidden past some stuff, but still.
That's still, yeah. I'll have to definitely. It'll be funny when I start to like come up near it. If my brain starts to guess, it'll be like, oh, this is what he meant.
Yeah.
So that'd be pretty cool. But yeah, like I guess. Yeah, I wish there was like a huge. I want to get past like one of the pivotal points so I can be like, so people that have played Hollow Knight already with Corey will be like, oh my god, finally he got to this area. Because I do truthfully, I think it's hard. I don't want to pressure you, my friend, but I think I might go like a super hardcore chunk into this game and like play for like a really long time at once and like probably end up beating it. So you're gonna need to get the next game going, but I don't want to like leave you behind. I don't want you to like
Yeah, I mean, save some. Like, don't just finish the game right away, but you still have a decent amount left. And also, a good thing too is that it basically all that. How do I put this? So the main objective in the game is to get the 3 dreamers, beat the 3 dreamers, right?
Yep.
Once you do that, you have access to go to the Black Egg, and that's kind of just like the
actual final boss.
Yeah, that's basically it at that point.
Okay, but there's more things to do besides that.
There's plenty. Exactly.
Okay.
There is so many things to do in the world aside from just that main story. Sort of to the point where, like, there aren't really... You're saying you want to get to a point where, you know, something big story-wise happens. Honestly, there aren't really a lot of moments like that.
Interesting, okay.
You know? Like, there's basically... It's laid out, and then the rest of the stuff... You kind of just have to piece together a lot of the context of the world you're in based on your surroundings and based on your interactions with certain characters, certain lore bits you find. And like I said, there are a couple things that I do want you to do aside from the main quest, so that's always something that I can...
Yeah, kind of like keep me going, yeah.
If you haven't...
But I mean, again, it's like... I want to like play a huge chunk of it, man. Oh my god, I'm like, but I mean, I guess it also shows how much I like it.
Some hours into it.
Yeah, that's fair. That's true. I probably will. But yeah, that was mine. How's your game been going, Corey?
So I've been doing Final Fantasy Tactics. I'm liking it. It's still very fun. The last I talked to you was we started heading south. We're trying to seek refuge with the Cardinal at the church. Mm-hmm. We were headed down south, and I got to that level where it was a big cliffy area, and we saw summoners for the first time, and they wrecked me.
I remember.
So I took your advice, and I backtracked. Well, first I set a few of my units on a task that was going to take like 10 days or whatever, and then in the meantime, I backtracked all the way to Egros Castle.
Yep.
And you were right. There were like bows and stuff there, so I finally got a bow.
Okay, nice. Yeah, so he got
Fox.
Huge weapon upgrades.
So,
okay.
Yeah, so he's pretty dope now. He quickly became one of my favorite party members.
Nice, that's awesome.
Because I've kind of been priming him. Like, he's been an archer this whole time, but he hasn't been able to,
do much. Archers. I know.
Archer work.
I know the exact like struggle that you're talking. That like I went through that like so much in the beginning of it, like when I first played that game, and I was like, where do I get like a good bow? Like.
But anyways, he was really so. Yeah, I got a bow. And then I backtracked all the way back. I finished the task. I got some gil or whatever, and then I tried to redo the level, and I failed the first time. I got super close. I got to the point where, like, honestly, it wasn't even like I basically won, but the problem was like Ramza happened to have been knocked out for too long.
So he perished and then it came over.
There were only 2 enemies left. One of them had a decent amount of health left, and the other one was literally at like 1 or 2 health.
But stinks.
I just didn't have enough turns to revive Ramsey.
It happens.
But then I did it again, and I won, and I beat it. I got past it. Afterwards, we got to the castle. We met the Cardinal, and there was a big old cutscene where he was basically explaining the legend of the 12 Zodiac Braves.
Okay, yeah.
And meanwhile, we know that Mustadio's been carrying the Aura Sight, and he won't tell us. Like, he basically won't tell any of the rest of the main characters. And the Cardinal is like, oh, I have one too, or whatever.
Nice.
And he basically just explains, the legend of the Zodiac Braves.
Okay, that's awesome. That's awesome.
And that's where I am now. I kind of stopped after that cutscene.
Okay.
And there was another cutscene of your sketchy ass brother talking with Gafgarian about, like, they're basically gonna start moving in or whatever, and Gafgarian brought up the concept of, like, oh, but what if we run into Ramza? And your brother's just like, well, there's nothing to be done.
Yeah, pretty much.
Fucking asshole.
Super Game of Thrones, just like,
yeah, right?
I will slay my brother.
We must vanquish it. It's cool, too, because even Gafgarian, after that, he's like, your own brother. The thought curdles my blood.
Oh, such good lines, dude.
Game of Thrones is
so
hell.
Game of Thrones, dude. That's why Game of Thrones clicked with me so well, is because like that's what I grew up on, was this stuff. But so all right,
so I'm interested.
I'm so happy.
What? No, what were you gonna say?
I was saying I'm so happy that you said the Zodiac Braves to me. That's what I've been like. That's definitely a big chunk. That's like kind of what the overlying anime arc of this like game is about the Zodiac Braves. So like you're starting to get introduced to like Mustadio having one, and then the Cardinal having one. So that's 2 of the 12 Orosite, and like you'll see what they do, or like what it is, or like why they're important to the Zodiac Braves, and blah 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 blah. And so I can't wait. Like it's gonna get like a little bit more like, I guess I'll say like Final Fantasy, like monsters that you're gonna fight and stuff like that will be really interesting. And I'm happy. Yeah, I'm happy you. That summoner fight, in my opinion, is like a huge scale up where like it's almost like it's like a good check battle for a lot of people. Like it checks to see like if you've gotten used to the game enough to like beat this.
It was tough.
Yeah,
it was really tough.
Because like realistically, right after you do this, like you've kind of unlocked like the next tier of like better jobs and like higher grade weapons, where like you'll fight those same people again, but it'll be a lot easier next time because you'll just like be able to kill them quickly. But like that's like your first time doing it with not that good of gear. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you're gonna fight some really interesting enemies soon too. I think the story gets really, really intricate and like cool. With like at the beginning of Mustadio.
I'm definitely still enjoying it gameplay wise. I'm kind of stagnant with some of my party right now, just because I'm not really sure. I'm not that I'm stagnant. I'm just keeping them in their jobs for right now, just to unlock a lot of the really good abilities or whatever within those jobs. But story-wise, like I really like what's going on. Like I said before, with Delita and Ramza, and then like this Zodiac Brave seems like it's going to be really cool. But I'm still kind of at a point where like I'll go into the tavern and I'll basically read all of the rumors, and it feels like I'm reading 5 different stories. Not gonna lie.
Yeah. So that's something that like even I still really haven't done. Like the bar in Final Fantasy Tactics kind of got lost a little bit. Like that's like one of the like I would say one of the weaker parts of the game. Like a lot of people would probably agree with me on that. Like it is really interesting if you read all the stuff and see all the like all those little lores, but like a lot of that stuff is like, I don't know, I guess it's just supposed to make it feel like it's more like like you're more in the world.
Okay, so is that not necessarily tied directly to
not really
story?
No, it's more like if you know the story, then you'll get like little Easter eggs of like it just like literally is like it's like Dark Souls or like the Hollow Knight of like, you know, like you just like look at an item and it has like a little story about it. Yeah, exactly. It's just world building.
Yeah. Okay.
Like you could easily like never actually do the bar rumors. Like the only time I ever went to the bar was just to do the jobs. It was like that's the only reason why. Like I didn't really look at anything else, and you can still understand all the story pretty much. So the important thing is that those rumors, certain ones, if you read them and read them, like will unlock more side quests to do. That's probably the other big thing it does.
That's cool.
So like certain expeditions,
I'll definitely keep reading.
Certain expeditions will become available because you read X things.
All right. Okay. All right. Well, I'm enjoying it, and I'm looking forward to playing it some more.
Heck yeah.
I'm still I hadn't played it a lot until like a couple days ago. Mm-hmm. So, like, you can definitely feel free to sink plenty of time into Hollow Knight, but also don't beat it yet.
Don't leave me in the dust. Yeah, I got you.
I would say, like, a good benchmark is at least for the next few episodes, try and, like, do a bunch of stuff, and then if you beat a dreamer,
stop.
Stop.
Yeah, I got you. Okay. That's good advice.
Because then, even at a minimum, even if you somehow play, like, a shit ton, and you only have 2 really long play sessions ahead of you, which I think there's definitely going to be more than that. Mm-hmm. But even if that is the case, then at least I still have a few episodes. You know?
Fair enough. Okay. Well, yeah. So that was a good wholesome update. I think everyone liked that. That feels good on my stomach. It feels good.
It's tasty.
It was very tasty.
Taste on my tongue.
Yeah. So now we're going to get into the meat and the potatoes of this podcast.
Byleth. So just to kind of facilitate our conversation a little bit, I've wrote down a few little talking points or questions, if you will,
Okay.
that I kind of want to ask you about Byleth.
Okay.
And those can kind of be our cornerstones about, the conversation about how we feel about Byleth.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess to start it off, we'll start with the beginning, Byleth's reveal.
Yes. Okay.
What'd you think?
I
thought it was really cheeky.
I thought it was very cheeky. Okay, so with the Byleth reveal, I guess in the immediate moments, I had the same reaction as angry Twitter, which was, oh my god, they put another Fire Emblem character into Smash Bros. I was
so for you, the reveal was initially met with anger.
Pretty much, yeah. It was met with a disappointment.
All right.
Solely because probably one of the biggest reasons why I was like, wow, I'm a little annoyed that I didn't see this coming was because, and now I'm questioning myself. I heard from like many different people that the first
Dante?
That this DLC Fighters Pass, with the exception of Piranha Plant, because it was just like a bonus character, technically isn't part of the Fighters Pass. That all of the characters in the Fighters Pass, the first one, was going to be third-party new universe editions to the world.
I think you might have just misheard that from somewhere.
I guess so.
Because I don't think they ever said that. I think all they said was that basically that Nintendo had already decided.
Yeah, so that I heard afterwards. That's why I'm not really mad at Sakurai. Like, I'm still bummed at Nintendo because again, I understand that Fire Emblem Three Houses just came out, but there were so many other things that I think you could have picked that would have been I think that's what brings the most hype to DLC characters is when a new universe gets added in. That's what everyone looks for.
That's true. I mean, they did already, even with just the DLC alone, we got Joker, we got Hero, we got Banjo. I don't think you can really complain that much that they haven't been.
No, definitely.
Kind of breaking necks with these additions because they're all pretty crazy in their own right.
No, they definitely are. So again, like I said, from my own moment with it, I totally was I 100% thought that it had to be a third party character, which is why I was thinking Dante would probably be part of it or something. I mean, now that I've seen Byleth, I really do I think Byleth fits in more than Robin does, in my opinion, for example.
Yep.
So we'll
get to that in a second.
Yeah, exactly.
But, that's kind of I kind of. First of all, you'd think that the fifth and final character in the Fighters Pass, they might pick someone that's got a little bit more oomph.
Yeah,
but
that's true too.
Either way, it seemed like every time a Smash character is going to get announced for the DLC, I feel like there's always one character that's floating around the rumor mill that people are like, oh, it's going to be this person, it's going to be this person. And for this one, it was Dante from the Devil May Cry series. Yeah, and I was hearing that. I feel like I kept hearing that all over the place, all over the internet. And personally, I don't know anything about the Devil May Cry series, and I wasn't super into Dante. So I went into it being well, at least if it's someone who's not Dante, I'll be pleasantly surprised. Just surprised. I just wanted to be surprised.
Yeah.
And I kind of was surprised. But at the same time, I had a similar reaction to you where I was really?
Yeah.
Are we really putting Byleth in here?
Yeah, exactly.
But at the same time, I think I was in the hose mad camp where I was just laughing at how mad everyone else was getting.
Yeah, that was super duper funny. Have it how salty everyone got because
Hose certainly got mad.
Hose certainly were mad during that presentation. I felt really bad for Sakurai because he really I really like that he put so much like care and joy and love into what he what he's given. So like I really respect him for that. And like Byleth is a cool character.
So yeah, that's I think you probably read the article that just came out recently, where Sakurai did an interview and someone asked, or I don't know if someone asked him or if he just brought it up, but he basically admitted that he recognizes that there are too many Fire Emblem characters.
Yeah.
And specifically with Byleth, well, he basically just said that he doesn't get to pick the new characters that are coming in. Nintendo picks them, and then he just has to do his best job moving forward, introducing them.
Yeah,
into
exactly.
the
So like, he doesn't actually get to make. He probably has some say, maybe, but like, he clearly doesn't get to make the final decision with it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is something I think. I think everybody just kind of assumed. Kind of like when you're little and you think your teacher just lives in your school, and like clearly she can't be anything else. Like, we all literally just were like, yeah, clearly you're the one implementing this.
Yeah, you see them outside, and you're like, what are they doing? You're like, living a normal life.
Oh my god, you have a twin? Who are you?
I saw your sister at the store the other day.
Exactly. But so I really think.
So you think he did a good job?
Yeah, I think overall he did a good job. I just think, unfortunately, I think the timing of Byleth coming out was a little like bummer. So I would say, like, if you switched it with Banjo, like, for example, if Byleth came out,
yeah,
because then
okay, you're touching on some points that I want to get into.
Because so, like,
first, before we get into that, how about if we're staying on the topic of Sakurai doing a good job, let's talk about how Byleth actually plays and how we enjoy Byleth as a playable character.
So,
do you enjoy playing as Byleth?
I enjoy playing against Byleth more than playing Byleth. Just because, as me being a Greninja main, like, I'm super fast, and so like I can really abuse Byleth's downsides to her, which is definitely her disadvantage state is very, very bad. She's got a lot of startup, a lot of her moves, and so like she gets juggled pretty easily.
Just a hot interruption.
Sure.
No one in their right mind is playing Byleth as male Byleth, so from now on we're referring to Byleth as her.
Yes, I'll keep saying her no matter what. I agree with that. Although MK Leo plays male Byleth.
What the fuck?
Yeah, that's what I think too. I know, dude. But he literally
have not seen one person play male Byleth.
I was watching.
I've spent hours playing online as Byleth, and I have not seen one male Byleth.
Yeah, I would definitely say that Byleth is definitely a waifu, not a husbando.
Oh yeah,
like hands down. But yeah, like, I guess, like, Byleth, playing Byleth actually is pretty fun. I think she definitely has there's, like, definitely not a huge amount of depth, like, I'd say, compared to Joker or, like, Banjo or even Terry. But I think there's definitely is more depth to her combos, especially with Up B. Up B is disgusting, dude.
Yeah,
it is a really cool combo starter. Like, I've watched MK Leo do some really cool combos with it, like doing, I think he did, like, down tilt, grab, up throw, up B into down air. Like, it was like really cool. It like spiked him back. It was really cool.
Yep. It's really good too. Like, it's kind of risky, like jumping off stage and doing it off stage.
Yeah, but it feels so good.
Yeah, you always risk losing your recovery, but then if you land it, you can basically just like spike them.
Yeah, exactly. It's such definitely some really good style with Byleth. Like the most stylish Fire Emblem character in my opinion. I would say
Byleth is good at juggling too. Byleth's up air has a pretty big reach.
It does,
and a pretty wide.
His up smash out of shield has got really good scoop action too. Really picks you up from the sides. You're right. Sorry, her up smash out of shield is very good. Very good scooping action.
I'm not gonna try and get competitively good or anything with Byleth. I'm not gonna try and get competitively good with anyone anymore because that never goes well. But Byleth, I feel like Byleth has enough variety where she's fun to play as, and especially compared to the other Fire Emblem characters, where basically 5 of them, maybe even more, are kind of variations of a sword fighter in some way.
Yes, and so that's something that I really like about at least the newer Fire Emblem characters. They have made a pretty solid attempt, in my opinion, of keeping it different. And again, they look the same, but they are actually like fresh, different characters.
And like you said, I do feel like, honestly, I feel like if moving forward we had to cut like half of the Fire Emblem characters, I think I would want Byleth to stay. Just because of how differently she plays.
Yeah, like, I would definitely, like, hands down, like, switch out, like, get rid of the 2 Echoes, like, get rid of Lucina for Byleth and get rid of Chrom for Corrin or Roy, or not Roy, or Corrin or Robin. Like, definitely. Yeah. Because,
something I don't understand is that, like, they're, specifically with Lucina and Chrom, they are so similar to their main fighters that it's effectively like it's just a palette swap. So if that's the case, why can't you literally just have them like a palette swap like all the Koopalings? Because all the Koopalings have totally different designs.
Yeah, that's a very good point. I mean, there are differences between them, like in terms of how their hitboxes work and interact.
I know they are, but like I feel like they could easily just. I feel like the differences are so minute. Aside, it's. I feel like it's minimal stuff for the most part.
So do you feel like in that regard? Then do you feel the same way about Samus and Dark Samus, or Mario and Dr. Mario?
Yes.
So you think they can just put them as one character and then...
I used to not feel that way about Dr. Mario just because I liked using Dr. Mario a little bit in Melee.
Yeah.
I think Dr. Mario's kind of fun in Melee, but practically, there's no need to fill up another character space, even if it's an Echo that can, like, basically overlap. Like, why not? No one is... I feel like if the character's not substantially different, then you're not going to offend anyone by just literally lumping them into one character.
Yeah,
like look at Hero. You can play as literally four different character models with Hero.
Yeah, that's very true.
So I guess we're also kind of touching on another subject I wanted to talk about with Byleth is kind of going off of that article that Sakurai made that comment on. Do you feel that Fire Emblem has too much representation in Smash Bros?
I guess, that's a hard question to answer because a lot of people that are pro Fire Emblem and saying that there's a fine amount of characters, their big argument is that there's a lot of Pokemon characters, there's a lot of Mario characters, and there's a huge debate between do you count Wario from WarioWare and Yoshi from Yoshi's Woolly World, or do you count them as something like a Mario umbrella, like same with Donkey Kong, and so in that regard, if they keep doing Fire Emblem characters that are pretty different, like Byleth is in comparison, not doing another just default sword, because Byleth is really cool. We haven't really talked about her moves in general, but Byleth is cool because she's got 4 different weapons that she uses. She has a bow, an Ivy from Soul Calibur, chainsaw, whip, a halberd, and a big axe that is really satisfying to kill somebody with.
It's pretty fucking sick.
Yeah, it's so that has a lot of character to me. That could be the same type of character like that, but it isn't Fire Emblem. It could just be a Japanese, pretty much one of the things that I find funny with Byleth is that Byleth is pretty much just like Noctis from Final Fantasy 15, the main character of Final Fantasy 15, because he also has he just wields multiple weapons and changes them willy-nilly whenever he wants. So to me, I could have seen Noctis in the same exact situation and having the same moves that Byleth does pretty much. And I probably would have liked it more because it wasn't Fire Emblem, but as long as if they keep doing it, the characters are different and not just another type of I have a sword and a counter, then I'll be okay with it. Okay,
that's fair. That's a positive way to look at it because I think I'm kind of in the negative camp a little bit more.
Okay.
Not that I kind of agree that with you that they've done a good job of making the newer Fire Emblem characters stand out more and at least have their own gimmick as opposed to as opposed to Marthroy, Lucina, and Chrom, and even Ike to an extent, where it's a sword fighter who's got, we know exactly how they play alike. And there's too many of them. Just for the series in general, I think 8 that's a lot. Even Mario characters, even if you count the big umbrella characters, even if you decide to count, Donkey Kong, Diddy Kong, Yoshi, Wario, because they all basically have their own series now. Yeah, they're basically all their own franchises. Just because they originated in a Mario game doesn't necessarily mean they're a Mario character. But even if you count them, we have
so Mario, Donkey Kong, Yoshi, Luigi, Peach, Daisy, Bowser, Dr. Mario, Wario, Diddy Kong,
K. Rool.
K. Rool. K. Rool if you count K. Rool. See, to me, K. Rool is I feel K. Rool is Donkey Kong almost. You know what I mean? That's where the line is drawn.
That's true.
I think K. Rool definitely is Donkey Kong. I think Donkey Kong itself is its own thing. Personally, I think Yoshi should be a part of Mario. I think.
Okay, so if we only count characters that basically originated in Mario games, then we can cut out what, Diddy Kong and
Diddy
K.
Kong,
Rool?
Donkey Kong, K. Rool.
Well, Donkey Kong is from Donkey Kong.
Yeah, that's true.
Which technically isn't a Mario game, technically a Donkey Kong game.
No, exactly. That's why I think I think Donkey
we're
Kong,
hovering around 10.
Yeah, about 10, yeah.
Right? So that's only 2 more than Fire Emblem, which is a series that has not been popular in the West for that long, and especially when you compare it to even Mario naturally would have that many characters because Mario is like the fucking biggest. It's Nintendo's mascot.
Yeah,
obviously there's going to be a
true.
bunch of Mario characters, but even if you compare it, like I'm going to talk about The Legend of Zelda for a second here because I'm a huge Zelda fanatic, and I'll admit that there are a bunch of Zelda characters that would work great in Smash, but the problem is it's a little too hard to only pick 1 or 2 of them. And right now, with how long of a franchise Zelda has been and how big of a franchise it is for Nintendo, it's like its third biggest franchise.
Mm-hmm.
It only has Link, Zelda, Sheik, Ganondorf, Toon Link, and Young Link.
Yeah.
That's 6. 3 of them are Link.
Yeah, 3 that were literally Link.
There are so many great characters in Zelda that would work well in a Smash game. And I just feel like 8 is a lot for Fire Emblem.
Yeah, I can see that. So, I guess I do agree that, some of the slots, I think, could go to different franchises that are already here. Because, I know, a really hot requested one, besides Waluigi, is, Shadow the Hedgehog, or Tails, if you want to stick with the old school Sonic theme.
Bandana D.
Dude, Bandana D would be sweet. I know a lot of people wanted him too.
Yeah.
And, even, God, who was I going to say? I would say, I guess, again, this is, I would say, I'd like another Earthbound character to be really cool. If you did, Paula or something like that would be really sweet.
Or Jeff, or Pooh.
Dude, Jeff would be awesome. Jeff would be really cool.
Dude, Pooh would be sick.
Pooh would be sick, but dude, just imagine people playing Pooh.
Yeah.
Pooh.
Pooh.
The announcer would be amazing. Oh my god. So
definitely, I think there are too many Fire Emblem characters.
Yeah.
But I also, a part of that, maybe a part of the reason that I feel that way is also just because there's half of them basically play exactly the same for the most part.
Yeah, exactly. It just feels like copy paste. We're filling up the roster to make it bigger.
It does.
Kind of format. And so something that we I think now we should move on to talking about how would you rate the Fighters Pass as a whole? And I guess the big reason why I compare it is comparing it to Smash 4, the Smash 4 Fighters Pass and the Smash Ultimate Fighters Pass. Which one do you think was better overall? Performed better?
Well, so Smash 4 didn't have it in the same format, did it? Where you could pre-purchase all of them?
You can't. No, that's exactly what it was.
Are you sure?
I thought so.
I could have sworn that you had to buy them individually.
Was it just individually?
I could have sworn that you could pre-purchase them when they were revealed, basically. But I could have sworn that
maybe that's what it was.
They released them at so many different times that some of them came in packs together. But
maybe that's what I'm thinking of. Yeah,
because
maybe you're right.
The first DLC character was Mewtwo.
Yeah.
And then I think it was Roy.
It was Lucas. Lucas and Roy came out at the same time. I think Lucas, Roy, and Ryu came out at the same time.
Lucas was DLC? I forgot about that.
Lucas. Remember, Lucas was not in Smash 4 for a little bit. He was only in Brawl.
Wow.
Yeah, I was super hyped when Lucas came back, I'm sure you could guess.
Yeah, hell yeah.
But yeah, he was DLC.
Yeah, then Ryu, and then after that,
was Cloud.
Cloud, Corrin, Bayonetta?
Yep, those were the 3.
Okay. So, I think Smash Ultimate definitely gets the edge.
Yeah, I think so too. All right, I just wanted to make sure.
Because, for one, 3 of those characters we just named are returning characters.
Yes.
So that's not, of course it's fantastic to get them back, and that's wicked hype, but at the same time, they should have been in there in the first place.
Yeah, I agree. Especially with, the whole concept of Smash Ultimate, everyone's here. In the very beginning, to me, I was like, well, I think that should have always been that way.
The whole concept of having a returning character as a DLC character is especially if you have to pay for them, that kind of fucking sucks. Because
that's true.
if you're gonna remove them from the base game, then just don't bring them back. Like if you're bringing the conscious decision to remove a character, then remove them.
Yeah.
You know?
No, definitely.
Don't remove them just so that we can pay money to get them back.
Yeah, that's definitely cash grabby.
In terms of the new characters, I just prefer the ones in the Ultimate DLC pack.
Yeah, I think the Ultimate DLC pack was a lot more diverse, and I think thanks to Smash 4, Cloud coming out was like the big opener for like them to like really go.
Oh yeah, big
nuts,
time. That's true.
To go nuts in it.
That was the moment where people were like, anyone can be in Smash.
Yeah, most definitely. That's like a pinnacle moment, and I think the one that was closest compared to that was Banjo this time around. Banjo was definitely like a big hot request. I especially loved the intro reveal they did to Banjo with the Donkey Kong video. Was good,
awesome because right away we know who it is because the Jiggy bounces.
Yeah. But then right? You're not sure.
yeah. Then they pull the K. Rool switcheroo on you.
Yeah, that was really funny.
Dude, I fucking loved K. Rool's reveal trailer. That was such a good trailer.
Oh my god, it was. Yeah, that was a really good trailer. Because a lot of people wanted K. Rool. Like, I remember that was like a really big announcement. When K. Rool
I feel like
out.
Ultimate was, it kind of goes off of the whole mission statement of everyone is here. Mm-hmm. I love so much that we got so many heavily fan-requested characters that people have been asking for so long. Like K. Rool, Ridley, Banjo. People have been asking for those guys in Smash for so long.
Yeah, having Ridley in was a really big thing too. I remember that being incredibly huge. And I definitely agree overall that Smash Ultimate still is the better game. I think hands down. I think almost everybody can agree on that. Anyways, so and I think especially they really did do the Fighters Pass very well. Like in my opinion.
Well, another thing that I think just kind of puts it over the moon, especially compared to actually maybe not, because I was gonna say that the way they organized it was that it was all together a challengers or a fighters pass, and each character was accompanied with a few music tracks and a new stage. I was gonna say that's a big one up, but I forgot that Smash 4 also did that.
Yeah, music and stages were added in with it.
I do love that they do that. That's really cool. Because if it was just a character, that would be a little less exciting.
Yeah, it's nice that they really do they actually make it like a full collaboration, not just a quick little nod off to the character. Like they really do put obviously they had to design the stage and make it like a Smash stage, and so they put some serious care into what they're designing with it, which is really just respectable, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
And so,
all right.
I think now at this point, I think the only comment that I wanted to say that we kind of cut off on, the only thing I would say the Fighters Pass that could have been better is I truly think they should have moved the order of how they revealed these five characters.
All right. This is something I also did want to touch on when we were talking about the Fighters Pass, so we might as well talk about it now. In terms of, so you think they did the timing wrong a little bit. How would you have rearranged it?
So I think Joker was a really good start. Because
Joker was pretty hype.
Yeah, mostly because I loved how they did the intro with Joker was really cool.
Yeah, no one knew that it was for Smash Bros.
Exactly, yeah. So that was really cool, how they did that, and I think that was a really good start to it was just different enough for people to be like, who is this character? And he was accepted perfectly, especially because of how good he was. More than anything, that it's kind of crazy. Again, I'm one of these people 100%, but it spawned a huge amount of Persona fans from Smash Bros.
Big time,
huge time, yeah. And it's again, I can vouch for it. It's my favorite game of all time now. It's so good.
Okay, so what about
so I think Joker's fine. I would say you literally could interchange it between. I think Hero is smarter than Terry, so I think Joker Hero made sense. I think Byleth should have been third. I think Banjo should have been last because.
Okay, all right, that makes sense. That's a good one.
Yeah, because I think unfortunately Terry still is kind of a weak DLC character pick because I think just Fatal Fury is not that. Just wasn't a huge community to get from. Considering we also had two other Shotos, the Ken and Ryu. already.
Yeah, yep.
Like to me, that was kind of close to the Fire Emblem like thing of like, oh, copy paste. We're filling in another character with this type of,
It is a
blank.
little bit. I personally prefer the way that Terry plays to both of them, but I do
Yeah.
agree that it's kind of the same gimmick. Basically.
Yeah, exactly. Although the super special is really cool. I like how he had those two, how he has Buster Wolf and Power Geyser. Like that was a little bit different. So like that was still pretty neat. So like I really couldn't put. I want to put. I would put Terry either second or fourth, or third or fourth. Actually, not second or fourth, third or fourth. I mean, so like you could easily interswitch between Terry and Byleth. Because you got to remember too. The nice thing, I think, what they did very smartly is that they announced. Oh no, actually no, I don't think they did. Terry was separate. Never mind. I thought they announced Banjo and then said like Terry's coming later, but they actually didn't do that.
What did they do? They were together.
Were they?
Terry
together?
was announced. Terry was announced. At
he was.
End.
Yeah, he was.
Terry was announced at the end of Banjo's Direct. Like we already knew Banjo was coming out, but then Sakurai did the video showcasing Banjo's moves and all that stuff. And
yes,
then Terry
you're right. So I think they did that was pretty smart in my opinion, because they kind of just like tailgated Banjo's hype and also threw Terry out at the same time, so people will be more like also just still excited for Banjo no matter what, even if they didn't like Terry as much.
That's true. That's very true.
And so I think Terry was a fine spot, but I would have switched Banjo overall and maybe done. But then like Byleth,
put Banjo last.
Byleth Terry would have been like a horrible combo. But I think Banjo last
that's true. They
spot.
can't be right next to each other. I think I kind of agree with that. I might move them around a little bit. I did have a different idea for first, but then you totally convinced me with Joker's reveal trailer and stuff, because that trailer literally wouldn't work if Joker wasn't first.
Yeah, I agree. I would. Yeah, exactly. I think they did that really well.
Because realistically, like if Joker hadn't had been first, then Joker's trailer still probably would have been introduced as, the new Smash character. So immediately when all the Persona people start talking, the Persona fans would be like, oh, it's probably Joker from Persona.
Yeah.
And then that would leave the rest of the people who weren't Persona fans kind of just being like, okay, who is Joker? Why is he being added in?
Yeah.
As opposed to being the first. It's like a new experience for everyone,
Yeah, exactly.
So,
that's a good way to word it.
Yeah. So Joker, I still think Joker first, but my different thing would be I think I probably would have put Byleth second.
I could actually Byleth second could be good. I could see that working pretty well.
Because, like we said, Three Houses basically took the world by storm. I feel like, at least in the West, it's easily the most popular Fire Emblem. Do you think that's
definitely. No, that's I think that's also a little bit to the help of just that Fire Emblem is actually on the Switch and not just like a DS game, because that's where a lot of the Fire Emblem like games are, is like that more handheld world, which for like most I would say handheld users, they really had a handheld device for Pokemon, or Zelda games. You know what I mean? So like you just like didn't really a lot of people didn't really spend a lot more time other than games they already really wanted from the DS. So like I think being on the Switch was a huge boost to that. With not like obviously still saying that Three Houses is a good game, and obviously people liked it. So
well, because of Three Houses' popularity and the fact that it was on the Switch and accessible and it was taking the world by storm at the time, I feel like Byleth getting into Smash, or maybe not Byleth specifically, but a Three Houses character getting into Smash, I feel like
it was a little late.
People weren't really surprised.
Yeah, it was almost like late. Like they, because usually like the characters kind of come with like the big news of like a game that they're coming with too, or like there's
that might just be weird timing with Three Houses,
Yeah, maybe.
But because of that, I feel like Byleth would have been a good number 2, because it's like, okay, nothing crazy following Joker, but it's a recognizable IP, and I feel like Byleth definitely would have gotten a much more positive response if Byleth was in second spot as opposed to the last spot.
I think so too.
Then I think the best for number 3 would be Hero, because in my mind, Hero, aside from Banjo and Joker, is the most hype reveal.
Yeah, I would agree.
Because I feel like the main reason that people weren't hyped for Hero a lot is because Hero and Banjo were revealed in the same Direct.
Yeah,
So
that's very true too.
So it opened up with the hero trailer, which I thought was pretty dope, and then it ended with that crazy ass Banjo trailer. So everyone was like, "Fuck yeah, Banjo!" and also Hero.
Yeah, that's very true. That's a really good point, actually. Now that you mentioned that,
and
they could
not
have probably
to say
done that
that
better too.
I don't want to say that Hero like was slept on or anything, because I still feel like Hero got a positive response. I just don't think Hero got as much hype as he deserved, especially because like
he could have been more impactful if he was announced by himself.
Especially because of the Japanese audience. Apparently, like when they added Hero, I didn't know anything really about Dragon Quest, but I was super familiar with like some of the imagery from Dragon Quest, like the slime, and like just different, even like the tune I had recognized, and I didn't realize how prevalent Dragon Quest was, especially in Japan. Dragon Quest is huge in Japan, and apparently people went wild for Hero over in Japan. Because I guess Dragon Quest, it's been around for so long, it is like a staple of Japanese gaming culture.
Yes,
and
it is.
It just makes so much... I feel like once he was revealed, it just clicked in my head. I was like, of course. Of course Hero's in Smash. Like, why would he not be in Smash? That's fantastic.
Yeah, exactly. That's like... That definitely is a huge game. Like, that was one of the handheld games that, like, a lot of Japanese kids played, because there's so many of them. Like, there are a lot of Dragon Quest now, so, like, there's a...
Well,
clearly they made
it's not even handheld, because, like, there are definitely are some on handhelds, but, like, some of the biggest ones, like Dragon Quest 8, that was a PS2 game, right?
Was it? Oh, I thought a lot of them were handhelds, was like Game Boy Advance stuff like that. I didn't know that, actually.
Actually, no, because I think the original 3... I believe were on NES or Super NES, and then it was bought. And then there was the whole Square Enix thing.
Yeah.
And afterwards, they were basically. I can't remember. I did a little deep dive into the history of Dragon Quest, but basically since then, there have basically, for the most part, only been remakes of Dragon Quest games on Nintendo consoles, and that's when they started to pop up on. Like Game Boy Color, DS,
interesting.
Stuff like that. Like Dragon Quest 8, there's a remake of it on the 3DS. Dragon Quest 7, I think there's a DS remake. But especially with Dragon Quest 11S coming out on the Switch, I think Hero was also a great marketing choice for marketing that game over here in the West.
Yeah, I would definitely say so, because a lot of people ended up getting it. Like like I see Nairo streaming it, stuff like that.
Dude, I got it. I'm playing through it right now. That's the game I'm playing through right now, and I'm absolutely loving it.
Oh, good. That's awesome.
It is a lot. It is so charming. It's great. It's a fun adventure game, and I because of the rumor that Hero was coming to Smash, I started looking into Dragon Quest, and I played the third one. The Game Boy Color remake, which was localized as Dragon Warrior 3. But even that, which was like... Because at the time, the rumor was that it was going to be Erdrick, specifically. That it was going to be the hero from Dragon Quest 3. And then, Smash comes out and it's like, psych, it's 4 of the heroes. And also the really alternate colors are the other heroes. Like, that's pretty sick.
Oh yeah, definitely. And like, I think Hero is a huge leap in terms of how different they could make a character, but still make it feel like a Smash Bros. Character.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Because they added so many more moves to the character. Like, that was something that I think a lot of people were like a little bit afraid of. Like, I think there was an interesting debate when Smash 4 was coming out of people wanting like a new core mechanic or attack system to come into Smash 4.
Yeah.
Because with Melee, or from N64 to Melee added the tilts and more smash attacks and more neutral special and stuff like that. Like different ways to use the same
side
buttons.
Special.
Yeah, exactly, side special. And they didn't really do anything.
Brawl added basically final smashes. And
tripping. Yeah, final smashes.
Tripping. Fuck tripping.
Yeah, Brawl added Final Smashes, which is really cool. Again, like, it was just like an ultimate move for a character to fight a game. Yes, that makes sense. And I think a lot of people really wanted some type of like, maybe like aerial specials or like, like just
Yeah.
like another.
I know what you mean. A
crazy
new
thing.
game-changing mechanic that would stick around, not
Exactly, yeah. And so, and I think the way that they're doing the DLC characters, having a lot of these extra moves that are like very different.
Yeah,
I
all of
think
them are so creative.
Yes, very much so, and it still all feels like Smash Bros. And it still feels like there's more, but it's not like an overwhelming amount of data to get used to, like in traditional fighting games of doing like 25 inputs with quarter circle turns and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, people that like traditional fighting games, obviously that's your thing, but like that's one of the reasons why people like Smash Bros. Over that. If you're not into that, and they do a really good job of keeping that line.
And Hero, if you count the different variations of all of his moves, Hero by far has the most amount of moves that you can do out of any character.
Oh yeah, most
definitely. But it's not overwhelming. It's pretty simple to understand.
Yeah, exactly.
So
it's
anyways,
nice because you could master it really well too.
Yeah. So anyways, that's why I would put Hero at 3. I would keep Terry at 4, and then I would also put Banjo at 5 because I agree that Banjo is the biggest hitter out of all these characters, and that would just absolutely blow people's minds.
Yeah, most definitely. Or I think I said it to you before too. Or what I would have also done is even put Byleth to Fighters Pass 2 and whatever one of their, maybe not their biggest reveal of Fighters Pass 2. That would make sense. But like maybe their second biggest Fighters Pass 2 should have been number 5. Whatever they have in store. That'd be another thing I'd say.
All right, so now that we've kind of covered each of the Fighters Pass characters, why don't we move into our personal rankings portion of it?
Yeah, I'm ready for that. So
we'll just go. What were you gonna say?
So I was gonna say, like, do you want to do like we each have our own 5 list and why?
Yeah, we'll each like you'll do your list and then I'll do my list. We don't need to do back and forth or anything like that.
Yeah, I got you. Do you want to go first?
Start at 5 though.
Oh yeah! Oh my God! Of course, yeah. So number 1. Well, so actually, first off, it's number 6 technically because I'm going to count Piranha Plant.
Are you counting Plant?
I'm counting Plant.
Shit.
Plant's a bonus character.
All right.
Plant's a bonus character.
You got to go first then.
Oh, that's fine. Number 6 is Piranha Plant for me, actually.
Oh.
I mean, I'm sorry because I just want to talk about him because I like him enough as a character. I think he was like he's a cool little bonus character. I think he's like. I think they
hold on though. You already said your placement for Plant, but I kind of feel like we should not include Plant because I'm factoring in all of the other content that you get with the characters, and I'm factoring in the reveal trailers and their placement and stuff like that.
Well, so that even more so, there was no extra reveal, so it was kind of meh, which is why he's at the bottom of my list.
That's what I mean. That's why I feel like it's an unfair advantage.
Okay, all right, fair. All right, fine. Okay, so fine. Well, we'll discount Piranha Plant. So my number 5 then would definitely be Terry for me.
Okay.
Mainly being just like I don't have a lot of personal love or enthusiasm for Fatal Fury. Honestly, I'd have heard of it until Terry was announced, and then so like as somebody who didn't know anything about it, again, like I instantly and still rope them with Ryu and Ken, which I didn't like Street Fighter when I was a kid, so like I already don't have a lot of love for them anyways, so like he's just very low because I just don't have a lot of personal interest in that. I also don't like how grounded he is as a character for me playing him anyways. The only thing I like about Terry is the memes, but that is not a good enough quality for me to put him any higher in a game that I love so much. So I would definitely say number 5 for me would be Terry overall, without much else to say.
What is the meme? Smashes for good boys and girls?
Yeah, smashes for good boys and girls. I mean, also that was really funny. I mean, not even that. Like, just like Terry being like just funny. Terry memes like, "Are you okay? Are you okay? Is he gonna ask if he's okay?" Just like a bunch of things like that. I like that a lot, but. Number 4 for me is definitely gonna be Byleth, because again, like kind of like the initial reaction. I like Fire Emblem characters. I think they're really cool. I've not really gotten into the universe playing their games, so like I think maybe if I played their games more, I might have a lot more love for Byleth.
You'd probably appreciate it.
Yeah, exactly. But I think as like just even the look of a character, like compared to Terry of just like a random fighting dude with a big ponytail, like Byleth does look really cool, and also
just to pop in really quick. This is something I kind of wanted to say before when we were talking about Byleth, but even Byleth as a Fire Emblem character, I think Byleth character-wise, in terms of, based on what I know about the games and what I know about the other characters, Byleth is one of the least interesting by far.
Yeah, I think so too.
Byleth is one of the most blank slate, boring ass characters.
Yeah, I would definitely agree with that. There's just not a lot of
especially male Byleth looks like Marth in his edgy teenage phase.
Wide-faced Marth. His eyes.
He looks like Marth if Marth started listening to like Screamo and grew out his hair a little bit.
He looks like Marth if Marth was actually a part of the lizard people race and he was slowly starting to turn back into a lizard and his eyes are starting to slide to both sides of his face. That's what Byleth looks like. Yeah. It's mid transformation. Like he's like the second panel on the Animorphic books, those Animorph books. That's what he is right now. He's the second panel
where it's just like two animals like exactly. transparent on top of each other.
That's what Byleth looks like to me. He literally like Byleth is Marth, clearly part of Slytherin, like kind of thing. Like that's all. I don't know.
Oh my god.
But yeah, I would definitely So, but anyways, so yeah, I mean, again, Byleth, cool moveset, everything like that. You know, again, like one of the reasons why I definitely would play a character more and put more hours labbing into their combos just to even like playing them is really if I have a lot of personal attachment to them. So, you know, because of that Byleth definitely is, you know, could be number 4 for me. Number 3, and this is pretty close. Number 3 is going to be Hero for me. Because I did play a lot of Dragon Quest. I really do like Hero. It's really, really close between Hero and number 2, which you probably can guess it, but it's okay.
Yeah, I think I know.
Yeah, you probably know my order now, but Hero, you know, again, really, really cool character. I love the amount of moves that he has. I actually do play him a lot online. I've gotten him in and out of Elite Smash a couple times now, depending on just like how my RNG is. I like the gimmicks you can get with him. Like, I like characters that can make your friends mad just because of the character. So Hero definitely is one of those guys, just like randomly snoozing somebody or whacking or thwacking or literally anything in them. Is very, very entertaining to me. Good value in that.
Using any one of the spells in a fun way.
One of the spells in an annoying way is really entertaining to me. So that definitely gives good props. But because of me as a kid, I loved Banjo a lot. I was one of the very, very hyped people when Banjo came out. So he's my number 2, most definitely, because they did his kit beautifully. His kit works literally perfectly. I love Kazooie's role in it. I love the music that they added because I love Banjo-Kazooie music. Everything they did to me really felt perfectly to how I remember Banjo-Kazooie. So that, like, I think that's probably the most well done DLC character they've ever done.
Thank God they did not try and touch the nuts and bolts designs.
Yes,
like that.
I totally agree.
That would suck.
It really did. And I think they were smart enough to know that you know, people wanted Banjo because of the nostalgia, like the first game.
People want N64 else. Banjo.
Exactly. And then my number 1, most definitely, is Joker. Obviously, because now I love Persona more than anything. And like, I mean, again, like, even what's so funny, and the reason why Persona is so nice for me, is that even before I knew what Persona was, when I actually just Googled Joker and looked him up, he was just called like the main character of the Phantom Thieves of Heart, which to me literally was like the best tagline to get Ryan McCarthy specifically into something. Like the way they described it, it was perfect for me.
Whoa, and that's so edgy.
Like, exactly. It was the perfect amount of edge for me, and I loved it. And then once I started, like, dude, he has a gun, a knife, a grappling hook, a badass black trench coat. Like, if anyone knew me in high school, like, that was me. Like,
I mean, minus the guns and knives and trench coat, but
exactly. But still, it was awesome. Like, and his character's really fun. Like, I put a lot of hours into Joker. He's definitely my secondary in this game. You know, definitely my number 1 spot for the DLC there.
Cool. Our lists are pretty similar, honestly.
Really?
I also Terry's number 5 for me, basically for the same reasons as you. Like, I don't have any experience with SNK games. I didn't know what Fatal Fury... Well, I think Fatal Fury and King of Fighters I might have, like, heard
I've heard of King
before.
of Fighters more, yeah.
Yeah, but like, I didn't know anything about them. I didn't know what the games looked like. And even, like, when the rumor was going around that it was going to be... Because remember there was the thing where, like, it was a leaked trademark or something, the SNK trademark? Mm-hmm. Well, when that happened, I was kind of like looking through the list of SNK characters, and I was like, there were a few that I recognized. Like, there was the one with the girl who has like the eagle or the owl or whatever.
Oh
you know what I'm talking about?
I don't know her name, but I think I know what
Yeah.
you're talking about.
Yeah, like I even recognized a couple of those characters, and there were a few where I was like, they would be cool, but you know, the rumor was that, not the rumor, but I suppose the safe bet was that it was going to be Terry. And when it was Terry, it was kind of like, okay, that's cool, but like, I don't care that much.
Yeah, exactly. You know? Like
then,
listen, a good trailer leaves you hyped for the entire day, looking at things that you can find, not 30 seconds of like, oh, this is cool, and then you're
not
like, what's next?
That was neat.
Yeah, exactly.
That's totally true, because I must have only rewatched that Terry trailer like once.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
and
you're
I
just
was like, hey, that's neat. That was fun.
Yeah, gee willikers, Dad, that's neato. Like,
yeah.
But like, you really want to be like, you're mind blown when you see a new character.
And you know, on top of that, just I'm like you said, I don't rope them in with Ryu and Ken as much as you, I don't think, but you know, he basically has that same play style gimmick, and that's just not really something that I'm super into. I'm not really a big fan of Ken or Ryu that much. I definitely like Terry better than both of them, but still,
I
just kind
agree
of
with that.
Even playing with Terry a little bit, like he was a lot more fun to play with than I anticipated he was going to be for me. But at the same time,
stage
that's just
also
not
is really good, though.
Yeah, that's true.
Stage is super good.
Number 4, same as you, it's Byleth.
Nice.
Kind of similar reasons, I guess. Like I enjoy how Byleth plays, but as a character, I think Byleth was a little bit of a lame choice. And I was kind of thinking about it, like if they were going to do someone else from Three Houses, I was thinking it would be like Edelgard or something. But when you think about it, Edelgard is the blonde chick who's the head of the what is it? The Black Eagles,
the Black Hawks.
Like no,
the Shadow Hawks.
Yeah, she's the head of the Shadow Hawks house. She's like basically the other most important character, I feel like, in that game. I didn't play Three Houses. I have been wanting to get into Fire Emblem for a long time. I actually did start playing Binding Blade, which is the one that Roy is the main character of. So I kind of have, and I've watched plenty of gameplay videos of multiple Fire Emblem games. So I think Byleth, like, I don't have anything against Fire Emblem personally, but I was thinking about it, and I feel like Byleth is kind of a necessary evil, because in order to have a Three Houses character that is unique, I think having Byleth, who is able to use all of their weapons, basically, is the best way of incorporating that stuff. Because if you did Edelgard, she's just an axe wielder.
Yeah.
So you basically only have...
So everyone would be
a Fire Emblem
like female
character,
axe
but it would be an axe. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's a really good point. I can see why they probably chose that based on that as well.
So it makes sense, it's just not exciting.
Yeah.
You know? Number 3, this is kind of where we're varying a little bit. My number 3 is actually going to be Joker.
Ooh,
and
that's
just because
to you again. I'm just kidding.
Well, to be honest, all of these characters, I feel very positively about all of them.
Yeah.
It's just kind of like 5 and 4 I'm a little more meh about, and then 1 through 3 I very much like all of them, but it's kind of more just who I personally vibe with.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
I super dig Joker, and Joker himself and the way that you talk about the game has made me want to check out, if not the Persona franchise, then definitely at least Persona 5. And I really love the way that Joker plays. For a while, Joker was my character with the highest GSP out of like the entire roster. And that was basically just because I got relatively good with him right when he came out. And then I got him to that high point, and then I was terrified to play as him ever again because I didn't want to lose it.
I will keep it.
He's so much fun to play with, though.
He really is.
My main in Melee for a long time was Sheik, and I also played Sheik as like a secondary in Smash 4. And I feel like, based on like speed and aerials and stuff like that, Joker functionally plays pretty similar to Sheik.
Yeah, I would definitely agree with that.
But Joker's got a little more flair to him. He's got a little more personality.
little more mashugna.
Well, yeah, a little more oomph.
Yeah, a little more oomph.
My number 2 is also going to be Banjo.
Oh.
Banjo, yeah, so I was also... So this is the thing. I never owned any Banjo games as a kid. I only ever played them in passing at, like, Eric's house.
Yeah, oh wow, really?
Yeah, I've never actually played through... Or my neighbor's house.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm positive I have played, at least a little bit of it. At least a little bit of the first one in Banjo-Tooie. I'm positive I have played at least some of it, but I've never played through, the whole game for either of those. So,
dude, definitely a game worthy playing.
But at the same time, I appreciate the icon that Banjo is, especially to that era of gaming. Mm-hmm. And I also completely understand why people have wanted him in Smash for so long. And like you said, the way that they presented him, his design, the music they added, the stage, his moveset, it's all just like fan service done perfectly.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if it could have been done any better at all.
I agree. There's some things, like when they do things in games or they add new things to probably anything, and you can just tell when something literally was almost like destined to already be there. You were just like almost like this should have not like in a bad way, like this should have been here already.
I know exactly what you mean. Like it fits in perfectly.
Exactly. It just literally fits in perfectly,
like
as if it was already
forever,
there.
Smash has had a Banjo-shaped hole, and finally it has been filled.
There's been a golden Jiggy piece
exactly
from Smash Bros. The final
that's
Jiggy.
Spot on.
Yeah.
And I definitely like playing as Banjo. I couldn't see myself getting good as Banjo
because he's obnoxious, but
playing
Banjo is another story.
I definitely do enjoy playing as him. I think he's fun.
Good. Yeah, I agree.
That leaves Hero as my number 1.
Yeah, so that's very interesting to me.
So like I said, I kind of when the rumor was that it was going to be Erdrick, I was like, all right, that's kind of what I always do when there's a new Smash character coming out. I'll take the time to do a little research into their video game series and like kind of what their deal is. And then I basically found out that Dragon Quest has been a staple of Japanese gaming for fucking forever. Like it is way, way bigger over there than it is over here.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I had kind of like a passing cursory knowledge of Dragon Quest, and I had heard the name thrown around like a bajillion times. So I was like, I wonder what this is all about. And on top, so basically I picked up Dragon Warrior 3. I played it on an emulator, but I played the Game Boy Color version and I started playing it. And it's a turn-based RPG, and it's basically like an adventure. You go all over the world, and part of what I love so much about that game and 11S so far, because I also had wanted to get 11S just because it looked really good. It just looked like a beautiful game. Part of what I love is that the story kind of just unfolds. It feels like you're just going from place to place and stuff keeps happening that leads you to do other stuff. Mm-hmm. And I kind of love that. It makes you feel like your whole journey is almost circumstantial, and then it kind of haphazardly unfurls into a whole totally different beast.
Yeah, that's probably one of the most like alluring things to like good Japanese RPGs is that like the story, like they do such a good job of like you really get into like the perspective and the point of view of the character, and like it doesn't like it's like hard. You don't feel like you're being guided along. Like it really does feel like fate almost is just like happening in the game.
Yes,
and
that's exactly it. But also, it's not even a matter of like I'm blown away by the story, because the story and based on the research I've done, this is the case that it's been always for Dragon Quest, that the story is never anything incredibly deep or anything absolutely crazy or anything with a bunch of twists. It's just a tried and true fun adventure. That's all it is. It's just like going out into the world, going to see a bunch of different places, and it's just adventure at its core,
Yeah.
And I basically have gained an appreciation for the series because of that, and I love that you can play as different heroes. I love the palette swapping for hero. I think that is so fucking cool. And what's his name? Akira Toriyama, I think.
Yep.
He's the guy that did the designs for. He was the artist for Dragon Ball Z in the Dragon Ball series, and he did the artwork and the characters design for most of the Dragon Quest games.
Oh yeah,
and
exactly.
I absolutely adore his art style.
Yes,
I think he designs characters like fucking. They look so good.
They look so good, don't they?
Yeah.
Like
really
I love the eyes that Toriyama does. Are my favorite
oh
thing
my
about them.
god!
Love the
I
eyes.
know.
All about the eyes, dude.
Yeah. They're dope.
Eyes and the hair, actually. Sorry,
the hair too.
Yeah,
the hair
eyes
too.
and the hair. Eyes and the hair. Definitely. Sounds like a band, but
even just playing as Hero, I just love the diversity because it's like we said, he has technically the most amount of moves out of any Smash character, but it's pretty easy to wrap your mind around, and that just right from the get-go, even if you're not super good with him, you have so many options at your disposal. Mm-hmm. Like you can easily shake it up and keep people on their toes just by virtue of having that many options, you know?
Yeah, and that is a really interesting kind of like trump card mechanic that he has to that almost. There's really good comeback potential with Hero, which is super interesting.
Big time. He's just so diverse. There's so many things to him. Like you could literally be about to die on the last stock and then get Zoom and go all the way back to the stage.
I know, which is super cool.
Or just land a lucky thwack or whatever.
The thwack, whack, thwack, whack.
Yeah. I just think he's super fun.
No, I think that's a very respectable opinion.
I think he's super fun. I have an appreciation now for him as a character and the series, and I just think, he's got it all. He's got a shield, he's got a sword, he's really cool looking, he's got a nice outfit, and he does magic, and he's got a bunch of moves. It's just...
And it's perfect.
Yeah. And
I can appreciate that. That's very valid reasoning.
I have a lot of fun playing with him.
Yeah, so I guess the last thing I think we wanted to talk about is the upcoming Fighters Pass 2.
Fighters Pass 2.
Yes, and overall, I mean, personally, again, it's kind of funny because, we were just, talking about, the pros and cons to the first Fighters Pass, but I'm already ready to take that ride again. I'm so ready for it.
I know.
I just nothing is more exciting than the anticipation of a new character coming out.
Big time.
We need more episodes, so.
There are two main points that I want to touch on with the Fighters Pass 2. First one is there are 6 new characters on the way. I know 6. I know at a point in the past you said you think they're aiming for 100. Where we are right now, I double checked before.
Yeah.
If you include the Mii Brawler, Gunner, and Sword Fighter, mm-hmm. and you include all 3 of the Pokemon as separate playable characters,
yeah.
And if you don't include the Echo Fighters, we are at 75 characters.
Okay.
If you include the Echo Fighters, that's 82 characters.
Okay.
Are we pushing too many characters?
No, I don't think so.
You don't think so? Even for future Smash games, you don't think this is setting a bar that's a little...
So I think. All right. So hot take is I think you can add more characters. I think because I always feel what they could eventually do is they could easily combine the Echo Fighters. Like you were saying before.
That's true.
Those slots could be easily refilled in a technical sense without anyone being mad because you could still have access to those characters.
Yeah.
With the exception of
with
the exception of I enjoyed that they split up Sheik and Zelda kind of thing. That to me was smart.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
So I would want to see more characters because I really like now that they're making the game more diverse and different, while still having the same kind of old school feel. So I think what really is important is not necessarily how many more characters are going to add. It's when they add a character that's literally too much of a stretch and everyone's like, all right, you goofed it. You know what I'm saying?
That's fair.
100% Doug character where you're like, okay, wow, all right, they pushed this way too far. And I don't think they're even close to, even with Terry and the other characters, I don't think they're at that yet.
No, I think you're right. I mean, if people responded to Piranha Plant getting in, he's a Smash character now.
Exactly, yeah. So like like I listen like I in my opinion like if they added Steve from Minecraft, that's when I'd be like, all right, you went too far. If they added like the default skin in Fortnite, I'd be like, all right,
Now
you went
that's
too far.
interesting.
That's annoying to me. Like even
That's
me like
that's a
Fortnite
hot take,
lot.
but I feel like that's just a generational thing.
It might be, yeah. Well, see, like the reason why I don't like Steve from Minecraft or like Fortnite or something like that is because those characters as a character don't have a lot of like I guess Steve from Minecraft could be an exception, but like
Don't have a lot of what?
like there's not like a lot of content to the character. It's more of the game itself. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
like
I mean, Fire Emblem.
I mean, I don't know, like Fire Emblem at least when you're the story itself, like Roy the character is going on a
that's true.
journey.
That's true.
Like
Good point.
Steve from Minecraft is just a vessel to play Minecraft. He's not
That's-
like an actual character with like when Steve was a little boy, his parents
That's a good
died
point.
to a creeper. Like you know what I'm saying? Like there's
Hey,
nothing
Mii
like that
Fighters.
at all. Yeah. I mean, yeah, Mii Fight. That's a very good point.
That is a Nintendo thing, though. So,
I guess to give you perspective on me, if you look at my Switch account, there is still no Mii Fighters on my thing. I will never have a Mii Fighter. There's no Mii Fighter on my character list. Okay, like it's still not there, and it never will be. It wasn't.
But now we have Sans and Cuphead.
I
That's
don't even
fucking
like.
sick.
It is sick, but I'm not spending money on that. Except I bought the song. I bought Megalovania because it was freaking awesome.
It is awesome.
But I'm very excited for Fighters Pass 2. I think having 6 characters is really good. I think I like the extra 6 because the extra 1 person because they can have 1 more Terry level or Byleth level mess up and I'll be okay.
Yeah.
Still.
I think I think it's fine for this game, but I think this is a dangerous precedent that we're setting. To be honest.
Yeah, because I could see them.
We
being,
could
like,
trim
annoyed
a lot of the fat.
Yeah, I could see the people being annoyed in Smash 6, like, oh, there's only 1 Fighters Pass this time. Smash Ultimate had 2.
Yeah, and well, even just like I'm even just talking about the number of characters because it's cool. It's on paper, it's like that's cool. Having that many characters, that's dope. You have such a selection, but practically, like I was looking at the roster the other day, and it feels like I've been playing them just because they're all returning characters from older Smash games. But I was thinking realistically, there are so many characters in Ultimate that I have not touched in Ultimate.
Yeah, that's
just
very
because,
true.
But it just doesn't feel that way because I have played them in Smash 4 or in Brawl or something.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah, that's very true. There's a lot of characters I haven't touched either.
So it's going to get to a point where it's just like, okay, there are too many characters that I'm not touching, and it's going to be a strain on development with not a lot of payoff, I feel like.
Yeah, I could see that. I think the hard part though is like once you stop making characters, what's the point of making a new Smash? Other than so pretty much what a new Smash Bros would be with no new characters is just a really really big patch update.
Well, I mean, it's still got to be. It's still that's kind of why I'm questioning what the future of Smash will look like, because like after you pull out a stop like this, then you really kind of have to change the game a little bit with the next one. And I would be totally fine with just like some of the characters who have been returning just because people are like, oh, we got to bring them back because they were good in this game. I think we got to just start kind of just chopping those characters off,
trimming the fat.
Like,
so
like,
you think
yeah.
all right.
Trimming
So actually, let's a really quick, like, don't have to give an explanation to it, just your opinion. Remove 3 characters from Smash Bros. Right now.
Remove 3 characters right now?
Yeah.
Alright. Corrin,
Okay.
either Ken or Ryu, or both.
Okay. You would spend both. Wow.
Yeah, I'd be
you would
fine
just
with
delete Street Fighter from the universe.
Yeah,
Okay.
yes, exactly. Bayonetta.
Damn, you're whacking characters off. You're whacking universes away. Okay.
I mean, I could probably say a couple more Fire Emblem characters, but that's more of a pick and choose type thing.
Mm-hmm.
Trim down the Fire Emblem characters. Dr. Mario. Well, all of the Echo Fighters, just merge them.
Okay, yeah, so, like, alright, so I would say my 3 that I would get rid of personally that I just think are, like, unnecessary. Wii Fit Trainer, for me.
Oh, big time. Definitely.
Because Wii Fit Trainer was, like, Like, listen, there is no community of people.
Yeah,
Like,
no.
I'd rather have the Wii Balance
Who
Score
cares?
at this point over Wii Fit Trainer as a character.
That's
like,
the
come
only
on.
reason Wii Fit Trainer was even in there at all.
Yeah, exactly. So I would definitely get rid of Wii Fit Trainer as my first one. I would get rid of Richter because, like, I think 2 Castlevania characters was really steep, in my opinion.
Yeah,
I
but
think
even if you wouldn't rather just merge them.
Oh yeah, I mean, I guess if merging is an option, then yeah, I would just merge them.
Okay.
So yeah, I guess I would say so. Wii Fit Trainer definitely. Honestly, I guess I really would say Rob as well. I think Rob was really
That's
random.
fair.
I think there's like there is a bigger fan base
like,
behind Rob. So like I think like in the Smash world now, I really wouldn't want to, but I still think he like really deserved a character slot.
Yeah. No, I agree.
And then I would get rid. And then I mean, hot take, I would get rid of Piranha Plant.
That's
Like,
fair. I totally see that too.
I think Piranha Plant was like so
See,
random.
the thing
like
is, we're talking about characters to remove, and the reason that I said the ones that I did, where I'm chopping off entire universes, is I'm chopping off the ones that are very clearly just peripheral. This is a pretty out there character.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
In my mind, if they're moving forward with Smash Bros, I think the best option is to be like, all right, let's rein it in. Let's hone it into what Smash Bros really is. And that's basically, I kind of want to touch more on the Hall of Fame aspect of Smash as opposed to throwing in a series.
Instead of it just
because.
being like a collaboration type game.
Yeah. A character like Hero from Dragon Quest, or maybe even Cloud from Final Fantasy, I feel like they could stay because they are gaming staples.
Mm-hmm.
Right? There are massive followings for both Dragon Quest and Final Fantasy, and those are very good representatives of those series. No one's gonna cry if the series of Bayonetta is not represented in this Nintendo fighting game.
That's fair. I mean, there are people that probably would argue that.
I mean, but
not big communities. I see what you're saying. Like, eventually you'd have to just trim out, like a Bayonetta compared to Final Fantasy communities.
Exactly.
Like, I agree.
Exactly.
I 100% agree.
Some of the ones that are just feel like they're kind of in there just because they
were a good publicity grab.
Yes. That's exactly it. Ones that a lot of the characters that were put into Smash as marketing efforts for games that were coming out at the time, I feel like a lot of them we can get rid of.
Yeah, I can see that. So we are kind of coming up to a longish podcast now. So the last thing I want to ask you is, what is your just one character, ideal dream character in Fighters Pass 2?
We already said it. It's Hollow Knight.
Oh yeah, that is your pick. Would be Hollow Knight.
It's absolutely Hollow Knight, and I feel like I don't realistically, I don't think it could happen. But Hollow Knight Silk Song is supposedly coming out this year. The idea is that it's coming out in June, and I think that would be pretty cool and a good way to market that game if they put Hornet in there. Just saying. That would be
really cool. That'd be very cool. I think Hollow Knight would be a really good character.
The Knight, the Knight.
Yeah, the Knight. Yes, the Knight. You're right. The Knight would be a good character. Mine. Oh my god. Something I've wanted. I guess like the one thing I want to say really quick. I know they won't do it mostly because they did just add Hero, and it's the same type of same. I think Toriyama also made Chrono Trigger, but Chrono would be a really good.
Oh yeah,
really really cool character to add. But he's actually the one I want to talk about. I still think Jack and Daxter would be a really really cool. Doubles character, like a an Ice Climbers-esque type character, and I think it'd be really good, because that would be a really good intro, because kids that were a little bit younger than us that played PS2 games, that's like the PS2 Banjo, almost, in terms of, people growing up playing that type of game. Like, that's a really good nod to the slightly next generation of gaming icons. So I think Jack and Daxter would be a really good addition to that.
I think they could fit. I think that'd be cool.
I guess or slash Ratchet and Clank / Sly Cooper, like one of those three, because that's all like the same type of style to me.
One thing that I think is realistically might show up in this next Fighters Pass is Crash Bandicoot.
I think so too. Crash Bandicoot, I could easily see,
because that's also the other end of the spectrum. That's literally like the competitor for that N64 era of gaming.
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah, that I could easily see as well. like, a lot of people have kind of talked about Crash as like kind of like the hidden pillar behind like Mario, Sonic,
Yeah.
like
Yep.
like type stuff like that. So I could easily see
Definitely.
that as well.
All right. Well, we're running a little long, so we should probably wrap it up here.
I think so. This was fun. This was a good one. I
Yeah, it was a good
always enjoy Smash episodes. Just always good heated debates.
We always have a lot to
talked
talk
about.
about
How
with Smash.
ugly male Byleth is.
Awful.
And that was awful. But female Byleth though. Female Byleth. That's the important. If any takeaway, if you guys just skip to the very end right now, female Byleth.
Female
Byleth. That's
Lady
the important
Byleth.
thing. Lady Byleth. Lady Byleth.
All right. Well, let's get out of here.
Yeah.
You can follow me at Corey Richmond on Twitter, at Corey Richmond 6 on Instagram. I think, not positive.
And yeah, and so again, my name's Ryan. You can follow me on pretty much all social media channels at Shadowhawk SSB, Hawk with an E at the end, so HAWKE SSB. You can follow me on Twitch. I actually have been recently streaming again. I've been streaming Smash Bros. It's been super fun. So you definitely catch me on that. I do a lot of open arenas, just quick play, just kind of talk as I'm doing it, just to chat and have fun. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, again, all at Shadowhawk SSB. But it's been a blast, guys. I really do appreciate you guys listening to us. It's been super fun to
Heck yeah.
kind of just like me and Corey just to kind of shoot the shit with each other. So it's been enjoyable. Hope you guys enjoyed as well.
Of course, if you're liking what we're doing, then it would help us out a lot if you, on whatever platform you're listening, give us a review, let us know what you're thinking, anything like that.
Yeah, any critiques. Something I think I really want to do soon too is we might actually, I would like to open up a Discord maybe at some point. It's like a little community thing would be pretty fun as well. I know a lot of podcasts start to do that now, and I think that'd be something that we could really get into as well. So that'd be pretty fun to do. So be on the lookout for that, guys. Some big stuff in the future for us.
Alrighty, let's hit the road.
Yeah, fare thee well.
Alright, bye-bye.